Hi, today we're going to make a timeline. I have a list of things I want you to add, but I want to give you a basic understanding how to do this in Google Draw. So first we're going to go up here and you're going to select the line. Okay, and that line you're going to draw all the way across so you have one long timeline. Then you are going to come and pick a shape in here. I just used a small one. You just want something little to kind of put that dot where it's going to be the center of your timeline. I'm just using this as that midpoint between BC and AD. So now I'm going to put I put 6000 BC irrigation because that is my farthest back technology I want you to start with is with irrigation. This happened in Mesopotamia and Egypt, but you're going to put it there. I added another shape in the middle because if I split between 6000 BC and here, then that would be 3000 BC. And so my next one I'm going to put in is I'm going to pick a line again. I figure this is probably about a 5 and a 4, and I want to go to 4. So I'm going to draw a line up here. Or if you need more room, you can draw it down here. And then I'm going to get a text box to put in right here. And I'll put my 4000 BC. And what happened in 4000 BC was sailing began. Okay, so now I can just, I want to keep my text boxes so that at least the date is familiar. You can add the formatting if you want to make sure that you are centering everything. I'm just going to pull all that back up. There we go. But we can just leave it like that for right now. So 4000 BC, there was sailing. Now the next thing I'm going to do is 1200 BC. So I'm going to go over here. And I figured this is 2000, which would make this about 1000, which would make this one about 1200. So I'm going to go up here again. And then I'm going to get a text box. Put that in. And this is 1200 BC. And in 1200 BC, it was use of iron and also copper and tin, which makes up bronze, which was another part of this period as well. So I'm going to just adjust my text box a little bit. I don't want to totally do that. All right, so we have all these jumps here. We could take this one out now that we've got our other things in there. All right, so now I'm going to go over here. This is going to be a little trickier because as we move into AD, things are farther and farther apart. So I'm going to take the thing I'm going to use. The last thing I want you guys to include is going to be the printing press in 1455, because that's pretty much where we go almost to the end of our book. And so we're just going to make a little line here and go up. And so this is going to be 1455. 1455 AD. And that is the printing press. Okay, now you can, if it's easier, you could add a little line like this around your boxes, so that way it's easy to tell them apart. I just use a 1 to do that. So we'll go 1, 1. Now, obviously, from one side to the other is going to look different in terms of time. In an ideal world, we would make sure that each one of these spaces is exactly the ratio we want, because between here is 6,000 years, and between here and here is only 1455 years. So it's going to be a little bit different. But we're going to continue and try to divide this as we go. So what I'm going to do is do what I did before is I'm going to get a little dot. So I'm going to get a little shape. And I know that halfway between is going to be about 725 years. So I'm just going to put that in the middle just to give me a place to reference whatever it looks like. And then I'm going to build the rest of my timeline from there. You may go higher or lower in order to allow your things to connect. So for example, I'm going to pick another line, and in 12, let's see, where am I? 1250, around 1300. So 700, that would make this about 900. So I'm going to go up here just a little bit, go down. And down here would be the mechanical clock. Mechanical clock, and that is in 1250 AD. All right, there we go. And we're going to continue to build our timeline. I want you to build your timeline until all of those dates are on your timeline. And then you can go ahead, once you have all your dates in, you can go ahead and save it and then submit it through your Google Doc.